Hello, this is Dr. Stanley Lang. Welcome to this presentation. The topic is how to be happy. Now, one of the things that I've noticed as a doctor for a lot of years is that people don't get motivated to do things that are difficult to conceive. They aim for things that are simple to conceive. And one of the simplest things we know how to aim for is happiness. And we know what happiness feels like, and we know when it's missing. And I'd like to tell you a story about a patient that I saw today who was happy in the midst of a lot of difficulty, and explain a little bit of why this is going on, and give you some insights and some things that you can do to be a happier person. None of us have arrived at perfect happiness, so possibly something that I will share with you today will be helpful in that regard. And I'd like to give you a gift that is a bigger strategy for how to be happy almost all the time if you stay to the end of the video. But the patient that I was seeing today was somebody that has been through a whole lot. And the person that I'm talking about, though, was a daughter of this person who has been through a whole lot. And she basically left her life behind to come back home and care for her mom, who had a lot of complications related to a surgery. And her mom is suffering a lot, and there's not much we can do about it at this point. And this daughter has basically set her life on hold, maybe for a long time, and immersed herself essentially in her mom's pain. And yet she was able to be happy, not in a frivolous way, but in a way that she was able to smile, and she could appreciate her mom even in her difficult situation. So as I thought about why is this person feeling happy, there were two clues. Number one was that she was appreciating these moments with her mom, even though they weren't what she'd planned, even though her mom was having some really difficult times, yet she was just appreciating her mom and being with her. The second thing became apparent to me when I asked her at the end of the office visit whether she would like to pray. And she answered that yes, she would. And as I ended my brief prayer, she also threw in some sentiments in her prayer. And it was clear to me that this lady had a deep spiritual life. And that's the second clue as far as why she was able to be happy in the midst of this difficult situation. So this is not to say that people that have spiritual resources are always happy, but what my observation has been is that that's one of the things that plays a really big role when things go wrong and bad things happen in life. People that have spiritual resources have a way of somehow being in the situation, being in the pain, and yet being able to have not bubbly happiness, but a kind of a peaceful happiness. They can be in the situation without being all weighed down by it. Now, that doesn't work all the time, clearly doesn't work 100% of the time, but in terms of how this person is adapting to the long-term situation, she is happy most of the time. Obviously, she feels pain when her mom feels pain, but in most of the time she's feeling happiness. Now, I would like to give you a resource that gives you more insight into what this lady's doing, but also some other things in what I would call the whole person health approach to how to be happy. So I've just sort of referred to a couple of spiritual principles that are part of why this woman is experiencing some degree of happiness in the midst of some really otherwise unhappy things. And not that she's in denial, but she's still able to be happy, and present to her mom without being weighed down by all of the bad stuff. But there are also emotional strategies and physical strategies in addition to the spiritual strategies that are part of the resource that I'd like to give you. So if you're interested in getting that resource, then there'll be a link to that video either on this video or below the video, and just encourage you to receive that free gift and to learn from it and apply what you can. Now, if you're watching this video and that link isn't there, then I encourage you to come back to bookmark this video, come back in a little bit of time, a day or so, and it should be there. So in summary, the how to be happy question, or the how to be happy issue, I think is best solved by paying attention to physical, emotional, and spiritual resources. It's not just one thing that we do. All of these things contribute. And so I'd like to share with you how all those things kind of work together with this gift. So I wish you well. God bless and happiness.